Stardew Valley was originally released in 2016 and quickly captured audiences with its Harvest Moon-inspired farming simulation and simple yet enjoyable role-playing mechanics. About a year after its release, the title joined the Nintendo Switch library, giving a new set of players a chance to lose themselves in the indie game's engrossing world. While there is a ton to love about the game, those who have put hundreds of hours into Stardew Valley might be looking for something new to play. Welcome back to Game Rant, everyone, where today we're giving you our recommendations for Nintendo Switch games similar to Stardew Valley that fans can check out. First up is Roots of Pacha. This game takes place in the Stone Age, letting players harvest resources and contribute to the progress of their clan in a new environment. Much like Stardew, players start from humble beginnings before moving on to bigger and better things. Players who donate the goods they find will attain contribution points that aid in the clan's progression. At its core, Roots of Pacha is a relaxing title that's perfect for Stardew fans. Our next recommendation is Ooblets. There are many life sim games with farming elements on the market, but the endearing charm and unique Pokemon-esque mechanics of Ooblets helps the title stand out. In this game, players arrive in the seaside town of Badgetown and obtain a plot of land that they must work on to set up a successful farm. Players can join a club, tend to their property, befriend the townsfolk, and take the help of the adorable Ooblets to automate various activities on their farm. It's easy to see why fans of Stardew Valley would feel right at home with what Ooblets brings to the table. A single look at Littlewood will explain why it's a part of this list. This lighthearted RPG with Stardew Valley-esque aesthetics takes place in a world where the evil presence has already been beaten and society is on the path to rebuilding and achieving a sense of normalcy once again. Along with the usual gameplay of harvesting materials and constructing new buildings, players can also befriend characters and engage in a wealth of side activities that hammer in the life sim elements of this game. If you're a Stardew Valley fan, we definitely recommend checking out this title. Up next is Slime Rancher Portable Edition. This game is an open-world life simulation and farming game that differentiates itself from Stardew Valley with its first-person perspective. Slime Rancher was initially released in early access in 2016, with its full release coming in August of 2017. A few years later, in 2021, a Nintendo Switch version arrived on the console under the name Slime Rancher Portable Edition. The game puts players in the shoes of Beatrix LeBeau, who has moved to a planet named Far Far Range where she finds, collects, and raises adorable organisms known as slimes. The PC version of the game scored an impressive 81 on Metacritic and was also nominated for Best Debut Indie Game at the 2017 Game Awards. Our next recommendation has the perfect balance of store management and captivating combat. It's Moonlighter. During the daytime, the protagonist Will is a shopkeeper. However, Will isn't content with his simple shopkeeping life, so he decides to take on a series of dungeons. The gameplay loop of Moonlighter involves obtaining loot by fighting in dungeons, using this loot to expand Will's shop and gain better equipment, and then using this equipment to conquer even tougher dungeons. When searching for games similar to Stardew Valley, Moonlighter provides a great alternative to those wanting an emphasis on combat. Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town is a remake of the classic Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town. The original Harvest Moon was released back in 2003 on the Game Boy Advance, and quickly became one of the system's most beloved entries for its simple and enjoyable, yet in-depth and addictive farm management mechanics. Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town gives the classic game a wonderful new look, similar to the remake of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. For those who enjoyed the farming elements of Stardew Valley, they should check out this title. Up next is Astroneer. This sandbox adventure game with no overarching objectives or storyline gives players complete freedom to create their own goals and overall adventure. The game takes place in a range of procedurally generated planets that players are free to explore, gather the resources within, and then craft a plethora of items. Players who love Stardew's calming vibes and freeform sandbox gameplay should find that Astroneer is right up their alley. Many of our Stardew fans may have already tried out our next recommendation, Minecraft. This iconic game encourages boundless exploration and creativity. Minecraft was originally released in 2011 and engrossed players by offering one of the purest open-world sandbox experiences released up until that point. Players have the freedom to build their world and craft their own story. The game has since received many updates, and fans who may have tried the game in the past should give it another try to experience the new updates to the game. Our next recommendation is Terraria, which was released just a few months before Minecraft. The game has numerous similarities to Minecraft with its open world, sandbox mechanics, and procedurally generated worlds, but despite its similarities, Terraria hasn't come close to the eye-watering sales of Minecraft. This is likely due to its 2D perspective, which often doesn't have the same mainstream appeal as 3D for modern audiences. Although Terraria has always had to live in the shadow of Minecraft commercially, it is still adored by many gamers today. If you like the pixel art style of Stardew Valley but are looking for a more sandbox-style gameplay experience, we suggest checking out this title. When thinking of games that one can relax with and enjoy over time, few series come to mind faster than Animal Crossing. The franchise originated in 2001 with a game simply titled Animal Crossing, and has had 4 main series entries released since, all of which have been highlights of the social sim and life sim genres. Animal Crossing New Horizons doesn't reinvent the wheel, keeping intact the core building, social, and management mechanics that players have always loved about the iconic franchise. The social sim aspect of Animal Crossing is actually similar to that in Stardew, which could mean that creator Eric Barone was inspired by the franchise's social sim aspects. This just gives players another reason to check out this awesome franchise. Our final recommendation on this list is My Time at Portia. Although the vibrant visuals and flourishing nature may suggest otherwise, My Time at Portia actually takes place in a post-apocalyptic world many years after civilization was destroyed. Humans have since begun rebuilding society, a tall order that the player is tasked with continuing. The game's crafting mechanics are similar to other games in the genre, but it stands out by featuring numerous dungeons that are filled with enemies for players to kill. It's a great title that fans can check out if they want to experience more games like Stardew Valley. While Stardew Valley is sure to remain a constant in many comfy gamers' libraries, if you're looking for a new comfy cozy sim to play, we definitely would recommend trying out one of these games. Thanks for hanging out with us over here on Game Rant, and we'll see you next time.